All right, so let me give you all the details between the J3 Prime and the Galaxy S7. Unfortunately, I'm recording off the J3 Prime right now, and so I can't like put it side to side by this phone and compare them. But let me give you the important stuff you want to know. For starters, the power. So like energy wise for the phone, battery wise, I'm sorry. Um, this phone, okay, right now I was using it a little while ago. I charged it and I had it up to 45%. In an hour's use, it dropped to like 18 and I'm really not exaggerating. That's a rapid energy drain. So that's like fuck, do I really want this phone, So if you compare that the energy use with like the J3 Prime, the battery on this phone is like way more better. It'll kick the S7's ass on that note. Um But if you're one of those people that like performance wise, because like, all right, performance wise, the S7 has no lag. Like when you open up a browser or look at, YouTube or like swipe, on certain stuff, like it's super fast. Or like texting wise, it's really, really fast. The processor on this is like, like ridiculously quicker. The J3 Prime, not that much because like you gotta realize it's kind of a budget phone. It's by Metro PCS. That's the one that I have under that carrier. So like when I open up Google Maps, like on my day-to-day stuff that I use, like maps or like the internet, it gets a little laggy. And so like it that's something that discourages you. Well, I mean, that's then you want to reconsider. So like performance wise, definitely this phone. Battery saving wise, the J3 Prime. And you know what though? Like as far as more performance stuff, I mean for starters, this has more like memory space. This has 32 gigabytes in the internal memory. Realistically, it has 21 gigabytes because with all the pre-installed apps, that's what I got out of this. So you're looking at 21 specifically. The one on the J3 Prime is 16 straight up. You're gonna get every bit of that. But like it's not like too much of a, difference, whatever. Um, for from experience though, like okay, so this is a waterproof phone. The J3 Prime is not. So from experience, like I had been in a pool pretty recently a few months ago, and it was in my hand, and I tried to take a picture, and like it slipped and it went in the water, and I put this phone in rice, and it did the trick. I mean, it worked right after, but it wasn't the same. So like if you have a J3 Prime and you get it wet and you do what I did with the rice, it won't be the same afterwards. Like when I call it, it goes in and out, like what else? It really honestly hasn't performed the same. It just like if you can't get a new phone, I'm just being real. So like to be honest though, buying this phone cuz it was dude, I was like fucking disappointed. Like it didn't like live up to like like they overhype a phone. Like I know this we're in 2019 and this is an S7. It's not like that old, we're on the S10 now, but I mean it's not that far off. It's like three generations behind. Yeah, I feel like they overhyped it to be honest with you. I mean, another thing as far as performance, like the camera, like megapixels and stuff like that, this is way better. Like it's not even it's not even you know, a debate. Like the pictures are more vibrant, they're more like detailed, they're sharper, they're just cleaner, like but me, I don't give a fuck about that. Like I just use my phone for whatever. And to be honest with you, I have a DSLR, so if I really want to take pics for like Instagram and shit, I'm good on that. But if you're a person that like you like selfies and you're all about like that selfie game, like yeah, probably this. But I don't want to have to be relying on a power cord nearby to like charge that. So fuck that. I have enough issues. So um I'd rather stick to something that's gonna like last me throughout the day, which is the J3 Prime. You know, it's another thing too you want to consider, like going back to the energy. This phone, after using it, it gets kind of warm because the components in it, it's mostly made of like metal and glass. Compared to the J3 Prime, where it's mostly plastic components, you know? So like this kind of gets warm after heavy use, the S7, and the J3 Prime not really, like it's not even funny. It'll be like cold, like despite your body temperature touching it, you know, your fingers and stuff. Um so I mean, yeah, that's my comparison, my thorough comparison. Other people made like comparisons of the phone and they did shitty jobs. They didn't even cover very detailed, you know, specifics like I did right now, which would have been nice. So I mean, hopefully I help out some of you people out there that had my problem. Like, you know what, I got the J3 Prime. Do I want to like switch up to the 7? You know, it another thing too, I'm sorry, before I let this video end, is that if you have the 7 and it's like a Verizon or Sprint and you're trying to switch it over to Metro PCS, it'll work, but not like you won't get the full